Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this brand new day wherein I have a rodent running around on my abdomen. Yes, indeed, it is a little Gojira. She is very destructive and violent. She has been, well, I was going to try and make a Godzilla, type of joke where she was like, it falled for the destruction of cities and stuff, but she's not. She's just a hamster and she's cute. So she was awake in her cage. She was eating. So I'm going to put her back in her cage so she can go back to eating and then sleep. So that'll be good. One little one. Here we go. There you go. Yay. Now hopefully she'll be happy and everything will be good. I am very cold. I've been freezing. I woke up very cold this morning. I was literally, well, I wasn't shaking, but felt like it. But it was just cold, cold, cold. And it's just been cold here. I mean, it's been warm. When it gets sunny, it's really warm outside. And it's not always gray and rainy. It is also sunny sometimes. It was sunny for part of the day yesterday and also gray and windy for part of the day too. But it does get warm. But we actually have a pretty good house for that in the way I have my setup here with the window open. When it gets a little bit warm, I just turn on the fan and then there's enough negative pressure that it pulls the cooler air from downstairs and it brings it upstairs and it stays very cool in here. But I just woke up and freezing. Came in here. I have the space heater on at 65 during the night so that the hamsters don't freeze. And that was given to me as a gift from someone. I cannot remember who. I hate to say. Just off the top of my head at the moment. But it was one of my very kind commenters and subscribers and all of that. So thumbs up and thank you all. But it keeps the hamsters from freezing and that's a very good thing. Because the hamsters are, while they're desert creatures, they also burrow, and they're not able to really burrow really deep in bedding, so you need to keep it warm enough for them, and that allows them to do so. But that's why I'm wearing this, my plaid shirt thing that I use as a jacket, because it's big. I mean, it's literally big, and I'm not big anymore. And even when I was big and I wore 3X shirts, this was still big. So it's just, I just wear it as an over jacket. And an under jacket too. During the winter time, I'd put this on and then put on my summer jacket over the top of that. And then just head out with that. And it would be just enough padding to keep me warm, but not so much that I was overheating. Because I just have to unzip and then I could cool down enough. Because my body really pumps out the heat and always has. Even
bright light midnight, I'm feeling strong. Jim Beam giving me the right to do wrong. I'm giving you exactly 1 minute to find a clean dress and get your ass in it.
Back before, when I was just starting to walk and only walking like a mile or two downtown. Even when it was winter time, wearing just a normal puffy jacket, insulated type jacket was just too much. And I would end up just taking it off and tying it around my waist in like 40-degree weather because I was just sweating wearing a regular insulated jacket. So no can do on that. So I just wear thin coats, thin jackets over the top of something like this, and that's all the heat I need, especially now, hokey smokes. I can go out when it's really cold just with that light. I got a really light black summer jacket. I've worn it in video, and it's been in some of my walkies videos, so I don't have it available right now, but it's been available. It's just a really light summer black jacket. But put it over the top of this or just by itself and it keeps me warm because my body just, I pump out heat like there's no tomorrow, which is good. I mean, my wife really liked that. She was always cold, so she'd snuggle up against my back. Even before the end of our marriage, I had to sleep on my left side. Just starting to sleep on my right side was too painful for me. And because of my sleep apnea, I would jerk and twitch, and that would hurt my poor late wife Jennifer. So I had to lay on my left side that didn't hurt, and where if I did jerk, I didn't hurt her. But she would snuggle up tight against my back, and that kept her very, very warm. She liked that. So it worked out. It wasn't terrible. You know, life is life. And of course, she was on oxygen all the time. So wherever she walked in the house, we always had to be careful not to step on the cord, because she had to have like a 50-foot cord so she could get around the house. But of course, that's trailing behind you, and it goes over your ears and into your nose. So someone steps on that, it goes, and it really hurts. And then of course, it can pull that thing up into your eyes. You get the nasal cannula poking into your eyeballs. It doesn't like stab your eyes. It's soft, you know, silicone stuff, but it's no fun. So it was joyous, especially since I would try so hard not to walk on her cord. And of course, I would be struggling as my foot's coming down to make sure I'm not stepping on it, because I'm walking behind her, and it would just go snaking underneath wherever my foot was trying to come down. Not her fault, not my fault, but I felt terrible when, after struggling not to step on it, it slid underneath it at the last moment and clang, gave a tug on poor Jennifer. So that was always fun. And it was a big one of those big loud machines too. When you turn it on, it sounds like a vacuum cleaner almost, because it was literally a vacuum cleaner. They sucked the air out of the room because it was a condenser type, not an oxygen tank. What a condenser type does is it sucks the oxygen and atmosphere out of the room and manages to compress it down to whatever volume of air per second, like 1 liter per second, 2 liters per second, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 12. It could compress the atmosphere down around the machine and then wudge it through the tube, and then it would come out the nasal cannula, and you would have that. So you also had to have a water bubbler, so that would go from the machine to the bubbler to the cord, which meant, of course, your nasal cannula was always dripping water, because as it went through the bubbler, the air moisture would go into your oxygen tube, which of course would be bubbling, literally bubbling, as you could hear it going through the tubes to go over your ears and then into your nose, and then there's the droplets come up through the tube from the bubbler, dripping down your upper lip. So it's fun having to wear medical devices. Now, if you only are on 2 liters or less of oxygen, you do not need a bubbler, which is, it just moisturizes, like I say, it just runs the oxygen through water, and then you get water moisture coming along with the oxygen. That's all it is. But with 2 liters or less, you do not technically need to have that. You need to have it when it's higher, because it's so drying. And oh boy, you will crack and bleed on the inside of your nose from oxygen if it's up higher and you do not have moisture coming in with it. It is just terrible. It'll tear your skin apart. Love that. Love that. Oh boy. Good English. But yeah, so, but if it's 2 liters or less, it's not as drying, so it's up to your personal choice. My wife liked to have oxygen, a bubbler, so that there was moisture, so that she just didn't have to deal with the drying effect, because she was on 3 or 4 diuretics. Normally when someone's on a diuretic, you're on 1. And if you're on like maximum dosages of 1 diuretic, you don't get put on another diuretic, especially not on maximum dosages of that. And if you're on those, you especially wouldn't be put on a 3rd diuretic. That would be destroying any normal person's kidneys. But with my wife, she had to take enough diuretics in 1 dosage that would have killed a normal person. And she had to do it several times a day. So she had to drink massive amounts of fluids to keep her kidneys from being too stressed from all of the diuretics, which is, of course, the diuretic is just it sucks the fluid out of your bodies. It makes your kidneys work hard to get the fluid out. But it took all of those diuretics just to make her kidneys function. But she had to take massive amounts of fluid in to get washed out, to take out all of the fluid that was in her body, because the fluid that was in there wasn't going to move unless you got something already flowing. So she really was walking a razor's edge for a long time, where it was just, if she took too much diuretic and not enough fluid, that would kill her. Take not enough diuretic and too much fluid, that would kill her. She had to just be walking on that tight razor's edge, and she did it for so many years, until at the very end, well, she had gone septic from a urinary tract infection, and the only medications that would work were ones that she shouldn't have been taking. And those antibiotics, that's the word I was looking for, got rid of her infection and killed her kidneys. And so she could have conceivably lived for 3 to 6 months on hospice, but instead, when she came home from hospice, her kidneys were already so damaged that 2 or 3 days in, they stopped functioning entirely. And then within 2 weeks, she was gone. So take care of your kidneys. They're very important. I damaged mine during the end times of my wife, which is one of the reasons I have to make sure I drink enough, because I got very dehydrated. And when your kidneys complain about damage, that means they are really damaged, because your kidneys can be at like 3/4 destroyed before they will start saying, we got distress down here, boss, to your brain. So when your kidneys are starting to complain, you've done some major damage. My kidneys were complaining, so I got to make sure I drink enough. And as long as I do so, then I'm fine. I talked about this before, like when talking about how a Gurkha, one of the warriors from what is it, Nepal? I can't even remember anymore right at the moment. I'm very tired. But this one fellow who had his body was torn apart, one of his arms blown off from a grenade going off in his hand, and he still went on to take out all these Japanese soldiers, and it was just horrifying. But he lived for another 40, 50 years after that in perfect health for what had happened to him. But as long as you take care of your body afterward, it'll chug right along. So sure, I did some damage to my kidneys, but as long as I make sure I'm hydrated enough, what's left is it'll chug right along. Might keep me going until I'm 90 or so. All I have to do is hope there's a world out there to live in. Yay! Climate change for the win. Yeah, for the win. But I'm not going to talk about that because I don't want to be depressed. I'm got a volatile mood as it is, and I've been very, very vulnerable to depression these past couple. So I'm right on the edge of a trough. My once like clockwork 2-week cycle of depression and then back up to not, and depression and back up to not, has been knocked askew the past 2 years, and I can never tell what's happening. So I don't want to trigger anything, so we're going to talk about hamsters and fluffy bunnies, because bunnies are cute and I like them. And we used to have bunnies running around in our neighborhood until the wild dogs killed them all and ate all of the neighborhood cats too. And that's depressing, so let's talk about something else. What I will do instead is I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, just thanking you for having left one. Thank you very, very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. And it's a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count American Sign Language with my depression, fibro, and more, I'm amazed that I can remember my name is not Reginald P. Farquhar. Ooh, almost had my Chrome there and popped it up almost properly. Serious Official, thank you very, very much. Barbara Payton's Downfall. Oh, that sounds like a story in the making. Penguin Sniper, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kit's Cat, thumbs up and thank you. Cynic Placebo, greatly appreciated. Kindle Key, thumbs up and thank you. And Pan, thumbs up and appreciated. Adrian Bryan, thumbs up and thank you. Petra Steele, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, I actually got something done, so that's a good thing. God, it's so annoying. My voice starts out fine and then gets more and more scritchy scratchy as I talk. Hopefully it's not cancer. Putra Gilan, thank you very, very much. Confused Owl, 29, greatly appreciated. And Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. We have I Play Games, thumbs up. Hippity Hoppity, memes from 2016, oof, greatly appreciated. And Quizler, thumbs up and thank you. Drawned, thumbs up. And Crunchy Shop Toe, greatly appreciated. Brian Glenn, thumbs up and thank you. Tasha Wolf, indeed. Chris SDL, greatly appreciated. We have Jessica Sutton, thumbs up. Midnight_boys, greatly appreciated. Nalu G, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Dan Meredith, thumbs up and thank you all, greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, thumbs up and thank you. It is a good thing when, especially, I say this, but it's true, when you are depressed, you need to get out of the echo chamber of your head. And the only real way to do that is to be around other people. You don't even have to interact. Walking around other people, just walking around town like I do, gets me out of my head. And that is so important. Definitely a thumbs up. Give it a shot. It actually helps. Now, if you're agoraphobic, of course, don't just immediately run outside. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And even being agoraphobic is kind of a defense mechanism. And in the short term, defense mechanisms aren't bad. It's when defense mechanisms become long term that they become armor, that they become something to hide behind. And hey, if you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, just drives me crazy. I do understand, and I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. And make sure to hit that bell, because otherwise YouTube is not going to let you know when my videos come out. So yay for that. That would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the time that I die from clearing my throat. Good Lord. My sincere apologies. Anyway, though, thank you all so very, very much. It is appreciated. It is because of you out there that I have been able to do things like pay my rent and buy food. So thank you. It is appreciated to no end. Now again, do not feel obligated. I don't feel entitled, but I'm going to put some kitty cat food on my Amazon wish list. If somebody could pick up cat food, that would be awesome, because I will survive. I have potatoes. I will eat potatoes, and I've got food for me. But if you could help feed my cat, that would be very, very awesome. I have hamster food, so I'm doing okay that way. It's just, if you could help on the kitty cat food, that would be greatly appreciated. Again, do not feel obligated. I don't feel entitled. Thumbs up on that. Oh, shuckle my duck all the time. I've got this video, in case you didn't notice. I got another video that I need to edit and render. I have another I need to record, edit, and render. I've got Walkie's videos to edit and render, so I got stuff to get done. Yay, I'm busy. It's a good thing. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.